Hey, what's going on? Get set up. Looks like I'm late. GFI. JNUG still trying to do 8019. Silly JNUG. Sharing the little screen. Definitely need more screen space. JNUG sucks. And then K. So previous high break at 160. It's got some volume. BBL. Looks like a previous high break's coming. Monthly chart. Looks like a gapped open. Copper broke out. The CCO. That's Southern Copper. Other than that, I don't see crap. Oops. So how's it going, everyone? I got my coffee. That's why I'm late. Let's see. I gotta make sure. Oh, if Maria is watching, New York residents must close their accounts. I guess Poloniex needs to get a bit license, whatever that means. So until some kind of bit license is obtained by an exchange, you won't be able to trade Poloniex or any of the exchanges. Looks like New York's looking for a permission slip. So that pretty much sucks, though. Can't trade Bitcoin because New York says Poloniex needs a license. Poloniex is probably, never mind. Be back later. So, anywho's, kind of sucks. I didn't know that certain states you can't trade cryptos. Where is... Nah. Keep that window open for you. Oh, here it is. I heard some people are doing VPNs to hide the fact that they're trading in New York. But that would really piss me off. I'd probably leave New York if I couldn't trade. But I need another screen. I got two. I got a giant one and my laptop. I need another one. So the dollar's coming off the bottom again. You're doing a little dance. See how that right shoulder comes through on the USD yen trade. The left shoulder, right shoulder, head. Watch that slingshot coming down. The pull down and then the rip. S&P's holding up, bouncing off of support. Looks like a bearish retracement back into resistance on that weekly chart. I don't understand. The S&P was down yesterday, so was the VIX. Now the VIX is down again. It's retarded. Dow Jones, same thing. Gold's back off its highs. Silver's up just a tad. And copper's up a tad. Still in that consolidation, high level consolidation, accumulation. Okay. Sorry, I can't see the chat all the time. What's up, Sluggo? So I didn't see anything going on. So right away. So I wanted to show everyone this quote tracker or stock fetcher. And watch JNUG as it comes to a bottom, turns around for us. Anyways, I've used this for many years. It's like $8 a month. And you can use filters using words and direction. Give it a directive and they go find the stocks for you. So what I've done is, it's not perfect, but I did a weekly chart. My filters. Sorry, I haven't been on here for a while. And for years, even though when I didn't have an account, I went back to get the same account, it still had my stuff saved. And it was after years and years of not using it. So on here, you can see trade for profit. There's 20 stocks in this list, and they're all miners. Applied to gold, silver, uranium, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, I told it to go find stocks on a weekly basis that are above the 8 and below the 34. And then you can change this around. This one says above now, but you can change it to below. And I'll just go find my stocks. I put it in a range. Let's put it in a range of 10 cents to $5. Change that to below. Feel free to copy. It's very simple. You can do this very elaborately, like going and finding candlestick trades or any kind of trade you're looking for. If you know how to define it in words, it'll go find it for you. It's pretty awesome. So anyways, these are the ones that I love right here then, huh? AUY, HMY, load, NAK, GSV. Do I have that one in my... GSV, GPL. So look at the GPL. It's below the 34, above the 8, just how I wanted it on a weekly chart. Once I find that setup, then I go to the daily and I wait for it. I wait for it. It already broke out once. GPL, that's one to watch. NAK was one we mentioned yesterday. It's close. Northern Dynasty. So back to the weekly. The weekly's pretty tight. This one's just off the mark though. It's not below. It's above the 34, but it is above the 8. So a little discrepancies sometimes, but live with it. And I've used this little program a little bit more elaborate, sometimes a little bit less elaborate. Like I like to put volume on there, of course. I like to put OBV on there to find the strength in the weekly charts. But it works. I've used it half a dozen times to take $500 and make 10 grand off these. So I highly recommend it. It's very easy to use, simple to use. Find the definitions. You can just put in find weekly hammers, ham, and then watch for the opens. It doesn't have to be all in mining like me. You can choose your sectors. Pretty good stuff. I thought I'd share it. Let me get the rest of these in here. GSV looks good on a weekly chart. So look at the daily and wait for it. GPL, GSS. Looking for a flat top break. AXU. DRD. It's a nice bottom for DRD. It could bounce into 4. Previous high break into 4. Previous lows into 34. USAU, and I think that's a new issue, isn't it? Stack. 260 is the mark on USAU. So anywho's, feel free to copy my dealio. Change it around, change the sectors if you want. Leave the sectors off and do a blanket over the whole market. And like I said, I like to add show average volume over, I don't know. And I'm going to just stipulate show average daily. Make sure we got volume. And then weekly OBV. That's my 20 average over 0. I want to make sure that weekly OBV is above 0. And then just go fetch the stocks again. So weekly volume, weekly OBV, cut it down just a tad. Load. So anyways, that's enough of that. If you have any questions, let me know. It's pretty easy to deal with. It even comes with a user guide. What was that last stock? Oh, load. Sorry, it's too early for me. Yeah, load's been coming down for a long time, so I don't believe looks like I had a weekly pop into the 34, back into support, so load's right there as well. Below the 34, above the 8. Waiting for the price pinch on that weekly chart. Let's see. The reason why I'm tired is because I was up way too late trading Bitcoin. Trading this Bitcoin Cash. We caught the bottom yesterday. This thing moves when it wants to. It came all the way back into support, rode it all the way up last night. Came into support, let it ride. So JNUG came off that bottom. Gold had a little spike high on the hourly chart. So they're still trying. Oh yeah, the miners. Miners should be popping, shouldn't they? No. Coming back into support one more time. It's close. Daily chart says it's popping. See the 8 and the 13 being pinched over that downward trend line. Momentum's going to carry over. and see if price goes with it. GDXJ needs a little bit more help. Wasn't JNUG at 54 a few minutes ago? That doesn't make sense. Well, I guess it is. Bouncing. JNUG came into support one more time. Man, that was almost breaking out. And just knock it back. One more head fake for you. Looks like lithium's hitting. NAK is closing on its highs as we speak. Look at that, breaking daily chart there, NAK. That monthly chart looks great on NAK, so it could be a longer term move. NAK always has good volume. EXLLF. Traded this one before. Traded again. Needs better volume, but it's having a previous high break coming on that weekly chart. This is not the 5-hour chart like I said yesterday. It's the it's 196 minutes, which is a half a day. So instead of using a daily chart, I'm cutting it in half, getting a better read. Nice volume on EXLLF coming in on this on the break at 130 coming in. So what am I doing? I'm watching my Medved trader. I'm looking for percentage gains, and I'm looking for the green boxes which are on their highs and then volume to accompany it. And then I'm looking at that weekly chart to see where it's at. Medved trader, you want to, I'll use it for 20 years at least. It's the best non-expensive trading platform you'll find. If you have the broker that they have API for, you can actually trade through Medved or through your broker. Mine's set up for Ameritrade. But they have a whole list. And they have added features too, like stock screeners. So I'm going to look into that. As soon as I get a chance, I'll start watching those videos. See what that's all about. A new feature. He's also going to add cryptos. So I'm waiting for that. I'm definitely waiting for cryptos. It's going to change my life on crypto trading. Because right now on cryptos, I got to use those trading view, and then I got to use Polynex. Polynex chart is just horrendous. I never use it. I wish they would just disable it. Oh, come on. So here it is. So the watch list is all right. I wish they'd disable the chart because it's useless. I'm not even sure if it's accurate. I'm pretty sure it's not accurate either. very hard to use. All it has is a sliding bar. You get one choice on 2 moving averages and either a Bollinger Band, fib level, or the MACD, which I don't use any one of them. So anyways, I wish they disabled the chart. It's got a good market view, market depth data, and the buy and sell boxes. But between that and then trading over and having that window open and a few windows for the trading view, I gotta have different windows open because I don't have an account. I don't have a paid account on TradingView. But looking at the subscription not going to help me much. But anyways, MedVed is going to have quotes coming in on the MedVed Trader. It's going to change my life because I don't have to switch back from time frames and switch to different accounts for different windows. It's going to save me a lot of time and energy. Looks like BCH coming off that bottom. It's a perfect time to buy into BCH. It picked it up a double bottom here, broke the 34, came back into support this morning actually. So I'm in it last night. I sold the high, bought it back at like 18 something, so I held through the night. Came into support. Crypto Watch. Is that Crypto Watch? What is that? Crypto Watch. Cool, cool. It's a different way of looking at it, huh? They're all on there. Here's the BCH. Looks like they got the API for BCH from Kraken. Oh, I'm gonna have a Kraken account. That's cool. So I can trade through here, I guess, right? Oh, okay. It's very simple. That's why I love it. My trading strategy. Thanks, Hazen. Yeah, I see that. I'll have to look into it. I need more bandwidth. I think trying to figure out what's going on with all this. I don't think it's working too well with the live video on right now. But anyways, I'll check that out. It's pretty cool. I have a Kraken account. I have Poloniex account, so maybe I could just trade through here is what you're saying. That's pretty cool. I will do it. All right, so my moving averages, you quite literally, I don't need to use indicators on these bottoms, so except for volume. So never mind that. That's just extra juice. My strategy is using the T3s. T3s are just exponentially smooth. They're smoothed over 6 times for better signals. All it is the 8, 13, and 34. The 34 is an actual simple moving average. The 8 and the 13 is, the 8 is the red, the green is the 13. And it's set up as such as it's a period of 8 with the amplifier of the golden ratio. And that's just me. I don't think you need the golden ratio. I think standard T3s come with 0.7, which is just right there. But I just modified it a little bit to be the golden ratio. Anywho's, the moving averages are my support and resistance lines. 8 is my support on the way up. 13 is my fail-safe. My 34 is the median of the wave. You got to think in waves. So price goes above the 34, below the 34. Below, 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 it consolidates, pops above the 34, hold that 8 above as for support. So that's all it is. It's resistance support lines. And right now on EXLLF, waiting for a pop. And you can see I have support. Sorry, I can't see crap. I got support by holding on by the 34. 8 is crossing over the 13 for support. I had a pop over the 34 coming back into support. And now I have a previous high break coming on this one, which is a perfect setup on that weekly chart. A, B, C, D move. You're talking about Elliott waves? Is that it? I'm not using Elliott waves other than the fact that I'm always using the 1, 2, and the third time over the 34. You say it's going to 178? I think if it breaks here, I use previous lows as my resistance on the way up. And then in this case, I have a previous high, previous low situation. So I'm guessing, yeah, you're right there. Yes, physical silver always. It's gearing up. So yeah, I don't know what the ABCD move is, but I think you're talking about Elliott waves. I'm not sure. But that's about it. I mean, I use volume, of course, with a volume breakout of an average of 20. I'm always watching OBV for strength. And down here, I'm just experimenting with the Williams %R. And when it comes into a bottom, it makes this little red area. And then when it pops out, it starts up. And it looks like it's gearing up for... So I hope that answers your question a little bit. I'm just using moving averages and candles, basically. Learning momentum. And yeah, wherever you came up with the ABCD move, it's the same. Even if I didn't have the 34, 8, and the 13, you can see this move very clearly without anything helping you. It's the pop, come back into support, and the previous high break. It's this normal move across the 34 I'm always watching for. And right now we're watching NAK, EXLLF for a previous high break as well. Sometimes it's on the daily, sometimes it's on the weekly, sometimes it's on the 60-minute or the 1 minute. It happens all the time. I watch for the bust across the 34 coming back into support and then the move. That's my strategy. Stupid JNUG. But and then learning from everybody, there's 1,000 different ways to look at it, and we all come up with the same conclusion somehow. So but I try to keep it simple. It's that simple move. It's a high probability move. The move across the 34 back into support, and then you let it make sure support holds, watch for it to break. And the best move is coming on that weekly chart. Yeah, the yen carry trade was down, wasn't it? Let's see. Sorry, I need a lot more screen space. Can't find my window. It's got to be it right there. Thanks, Maria. You're fun. Yeah, when everyone talks about the yen carry trade, I don't buy into it anymore. It's too complicated. I don't pay attention to it anymore. And there's probably 1,000 different things that are holding down precious metals nowadays, especially open interest. I just keep printing contracts, and I think that's the biggest thing. I think Andrew Hoffman would like to make sure everyone knows that the USD is mixed in with some yen nowadays. It's not like the whole thing's so mixed together in a global derivative market. Well, they're swapping back and forth, and all of a sudden they're just both the same. I think the US dollar has I think Andy Hoffman said 30% of the yen in it. I don't know how this is possible. I don't know what they're doing. It's all in an effort to save the dollar and make the dollar look good. And that's why the precious metals are being held down. It's just to make the dollar look good, even though it's crap right now. So I don't know. It used to be easy to figure out, dollar up, gold up, or dollar up, gold, silver down. But it's not, there's nothing, I can't find anything that's easy to figure out where or why gold and silver is down All I know is they print the hell out of these contracts, especially after Trump won the election. Just like on this JNUG, they did a reverse split for no reason. It was a derivative in the first place, and then they did a reverse split on the derivative. It's just retarded in what they're doing. But Turd Ferguson and others still believe in the bond carry trade, and I think if the VIX is down, USD yen is up, equities go up. And then it's just the opposite. What's its daily NAV? What is that? What's NAV? Oh, you're doing all the fundamental stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I just know they ruined it, and they have to sell all their new net asset value. Sorry. Gotcha. No, don't pay attention to fundamentals. I'm sorry. Anyways, just to finish up on this, the VIX goes up, yen, USD goes down, and then equities sell off. So that's from Turd Ferguson. Some kind of a elaborate correlation between the bond carry trade, the VIX, and the equities. So I've been trying to follow that, but I don't see it the way Turd Ferguson sees it. But -5 is not equal to +5. Any daily 3 times. Oh, I see. Okay, it needed to do it anyways. Gotcha. I'm pretty sure they increase the open interest on it too, just to sell as many contras as they can. Anyways, JNUG is 19 break. We're still waiting for the 19 break. Looks like we were up to 1874 or so a few moments ago. Still waiting for our 19 break on that. I don't see anything popping when it comes to miners. Here's a lithium. Looks like a monthly chart break could be happening on LACDF. That's one to watch there. Looks like it's gaining in the percentage. Daily percentage gainers today. Hemp's taken off. Arizona mining again. Arizona mining for a 3 o'clock high break. That would be nice. Looks like a nice cup and handle on a long monthly chart. What was the one yesterday? Looks like AG's been selling off. It's gone. It's coming back into support again. Popped over the 8 into support, held, higher low. Popped over the 8.13 this time, came back into the 8.13 this time. Hold support. Support always has to hold. That could very well be a bearish flag, and it could take another leg. AG was consolidating for the longest time, broke outside that pattern. Oh, come on. But it looks like on the daily chart, popped into the 8, held, crossed over this time, and it's gotta hold support. Gotta hold support. But I mean, that reminds me of a bearish flag, so watch out. I'm looking for some kind of a whipsaw on AG. I see. Yeah, I just look for previous high breaks above or below the 34. I try to keep it simple. But I understand what you're saying. We just come to the same conclusion in a different way. And previous high was resistance on this high over here. There's many situations you can buy the bottom before it moves across. You can see, depending on what time frame you're on, well, the move I'm talking about is the bust across. So you buy the move across the 34, and then you either sell the top and buy it back into support because you know it's coming back in. Or if you miss the pop, then you buy the support coming back in. Make sure you always want to buy at support because it's your best buy. Because if support doesn't hold, then you made a mistake, and you know right away. So I buy below, I sell the top and I buy back. And then if I missed all those trades, then I watch for the previous high break. And that's what I call the flat top break. It's like a launching pad. And usually that's when you get your big moves, right there on that previous high break. And volume always helps. So if you don't have any volume, you're not going to get a move. But then you can see my OBV crossed, positive. It's way below zero, but my average, the OBV crossed my average. So I look for strength in the OBV. I'm looking for volume. And usually when I'm doing the videos, daily videos, all I have is volume. I'm not using any OBV or RSI, relative strength indicators. I'm using candles. I'm looking for reversal candles and above and below that 34. I'm using 8 for support on my way up If it crosses the 8, then I'm thinking about selling. And it depends on what time frame I'm using. If I'm trading the futures or cryptos, my sells are really tight. Let's see. So I traded this all day yesterday. It's flat. So it might come down a little bit. I'm going to reverse head and shoulders on the bottom on that 1 minute chart. So, I mean, what a great run last night on this one. Caught the bottom. I traded it down here. Not even that far. Let's find my spot first. There's that flat top break. So this is where we talked about it yesterday. I was trying to catch a bottom. So I caught the bottom, I would sell the top. Buy back at support, make sure support holds. Crossed over the 34 back into support. It was all day long, pop, pop. And I followed that 8 all the way up until the night ended. Ended with a double top there. I don't know, I just keep it simple. I've been doing the same trading strategy for a very long time, and it works well. It keeps it simple. You can make things really, really elaborate. With all the indicators, all this and that. I'm looking for price patterns. I'm looking for candlestick patterns. I'm looking for momentum trades. And right now, it needs to consolidate. And the bullet, when it crosses the 34, I call this the bullish retracement because it's a bullish consolidation into support. So I'm always looking for that. And I was using the measured move over the 1 minute charts. So I'm following support. I'm using the 34 as my trend. So I'm looking for the pop coming back into support, and then I'm watching the trend turn. And I'm thinking today it's going to break that 20, going to get to 24, match the highs. Quite literally, I think on the daily on BCH, it broke previous highs. I got to take care of this crap. Sorry. So on the daily chart, this is a fresh issue, BCH, Bitcoin Cash, after the hard fork. I got 14.5 as support. If it breaks that, then I'm out. Otherwise, I'm using my core value. I'm trading it and getting a profit. I'm selling my core and leaving the profits riding. And last night, I left a bigger core in because I broke previous highs. Now it slipped back on through when I was sleeping, but what I'm looking for is a 20 break today, matching the previous highs. This is a bullish run. Yep. 19, previous high break on JNUG, yes. So anyways, I hope I answered your question on the 34. 34 is my big, simple moving average. It's like the center of the wave. So prices go above it, prices come back into it, prices cross below it, and it's like a measured move above and below. So if it crosses below after a rise, I'm usually looking for a measured move. Let me see if I can explain that. That's not a good. It's too hard to explain if I'm not trading. Gotta be in the moment. Oh, here's a good example right here. So what I'm doing is very simply taking this peak into the 34, and then I'm doing a measured move on the bottom. Voila, there's my bottom. I put my order in, I let it come down and grab me. But in all cases, support has to hold. So if this measured move doesn't work out and support doesn't hold, then it's likely to take another leg. And you can see that leg come down over here. That's a 1 minute chart. And that was my last buy last night right here. So I should have sold the top, but I was in dreamland. It was already 2 o'clock in the morning. But no worries. It's a bullish. I got a reverse head and shoulder price pattern right here on the 1 minute chart. It's going to take off. It is crazy. And you know how I learned that was, look at my description. Look on my description. If you want to learn some crazy ass stuff, and you won't see it anywhere, nothing traditional about this guy's trading. The greatest trading tools right here. He'll teach you about the balance points. He'll teach you he'll teach you how to trade a channel with ease. He'll show you where the turning points are using math. It's like clockwork. We're trading through time on. This is not his words. This is mine. It's like a wave through time, and it's just clockwork. It goes into support. If support doesn't hold, and it breaks. I would look into the greatesttradingtools.com. It's about $1,000, and it's a ton of material. But that right there, and everything else I learned in the past 20 years, that was the best learning experience right there. He'll teach you that. He'll find the turning points for you using math. He'll show you where the balance points are on the wave. And like when I always say that the V bottoms don't work. V bottoms don't work. The V bottoms don't work. I need an opposing point. V bottoms don't work. I need an opposing point to find trend. That's from him. That's a reverse head and shoulders right there. He doesn't use price patterns. He uses math. So I'm combining my usual average trading with his trading and price patterns and candlesticks. That's all I'm doing. And you can see that opposing point turned in as a hammer. Pretty nicely done. So once I find trend, I make sure support holds, and then it made a price pattern in here, the V bottom, and then another opposing point. Opposing points are always coming in. But that's a typical trade right there. And now we concentrate on a flat top break. It's an ascending triangle off the bottom. Pretty nice flat top break. That's a 1 minute chart. So yeah, if you really want to Learned some crazy stuff. What happened to my crap? Oh, what is going on here? I lost the chat window. There it is. What's up, Bushy? Yeah, if you want to learn some crazy stuff, I mean, I've done it all. And that guy's trading is just, it blew my mind. It's a ton of material. And his videos are very professionally done. You'll learn a lot. And he makes it simple. He doesn't use all these indicators and everything. He's just looking for turning points. And the chart always tells you, just like on that measured move, above and below the 34, that measured move, that's where I get it from. Pretty awesome stuff. I don't know about you guys, but equities are boring. Cryptos are so much fun to trade. Plus, it's 24/7. There's no breaks. Even on Sunday evening when you're just bored as hell, there's a crypto to trade. You know what I mean? You don't have to wait for the Sunday open. You don't have to wake up with the rest of the brokers. It's 24/7. The good time to trade, I think, is when China opens or China wakes up, because I think they're creating a lot of volume. And just recently, I think South Korea is doing a lot of volume too. That's just rumor, though. So I was going to check GFI. What was that other one we saw yesterday that was running? GFI is coming back into support. Why not? What was that other one? So I'm pretty disappointed because I'm looking for the green boxes. I'm looking for volume. I don't see anything on my watch list, and I got a bunch of them in here. Most everyone looks down. I do need to clean this up. Watch list up a little bit. I'm probably missing a few. Oh, GPL is the one we saw. I always want to see the weekly setup first before I decide. So GPL is coming off that consolidation on the bottom, looking for a 140 break. What was that one? EXK, no. J-Note's down in the dirt again. I know what it was. AKG, that was the one yesterday. How's it doing? It was the daily chart. Still waiting on a dollar break, I guess. AKG. Was that the one? Doesn't seem right. So anyways, I'm looking for percentage gainers. with some volume. And I'm looking for the ones that are closing on their highs. Ready to pop. Looks like EXLLF is the best one today to look for. It's got volume today. Looking for a 130 break. I'm going to take my hemp stocks out of here. Create another list. See, AAU's on its highs, but it's absolutely no volume, so I'm not interested. GSV, we found that one this morning on that watch list. Gold Standard Ventures. It's pretty good. That's a daily chart. Let's make sure it looks good on the weekly. Look at that weekly pinch there. See the double bottom? In over the 8, into the 13, back into the 8, back into the 8. Higher low. Looks like a previous high break coming. That's a nice little move coming. It should go into 2 on the weekly chart. So it's going to hit the resistance. It's probably going to back off into support, make a nice little U, and then pop. Over the 34, back into the 34, into the 34, back into support, popping over the 34, back into the 34. It's like clockwork. Over the 8, into the 13. Make sure support holds, pop into the 34, back into 13. Pop over the 34, back into the 34. There's a bunch of trades going on, but I'm using just 3 averages to find these things. And that's a weekly chart. So then I narrow it down a little bit. I'm looking for some kind of a pop. So this one came off my stock fetcher pick this morning. Follow the bouncing ball. Yes, I haven't done that in a while, haven't I? Follow the bouncing ball is my interpretation of, that's Rusty Trade's momentum. That's how I explain momentum. Follow the bouncing ball. That's funny. Looks like BCH did not hold. It looks like a right shoulder's coming through. So I'm looking for price patterns. I'm looking for momentum trades. I'm looking for consolidation patterns right over that 34. And looks like we had a false break there. Change trend. So I had a reverse head and shoulders, and looks like the right shoulder is coming in for the slingshot move. Bring it down as much as possible. And it came down. I was even. Could have came all the way down to 17 to test this hammer for support. Could very well keep doing it. So we'll see how that works out. Looks like my hour is up. I gotta get going. But I'm glad to see you guys. Looks like my average views today was a little bit higher than yesterday. Let's get it up. So nothing going on yet. Let's check prices before I take off on the overall market. Where is it? If anyone wants to buy me a nice 32-inch monitor so I can have more screen space, that would be awesome. Where is it? There it is. Let's see prices before I go. Thanks, Mike. I'll be back. I was a little late this morning, but I'll be back. Trying to set up a longer term situation here where we're making some money. You guys are giving me some tips. I'm helping you trade. 60-minute on the dollar popped over the 34, back in at 34. It looks like it's consolidating above the 34 now. That's the hour chart. It's doing a dance over support. There's a daily trade over the 8 into the 13. Looks like it popped above. Got a nice little reversal bar here. Came back into support. 2-bar reversal. Bam. 2-bar high. And now a 2-bar reversal held support as it is making higher lows. So it looks like the bottom is in. It just needs to pop on the dollar. I got a double bottom, triple bottom on the yen. I had a spike low on S&P, but let's see this thing get rejected by the 8 one more time. You can see the spike high, came back into support, bearish retraced into resistance and got rejected, popped below the 34, back into the 34. That's the bearish retracement. And it looks like it popped and it's doing another retracement. I got lower highs throughout. Let's look for a rejection on the S&P today. The VIX, I have no idea what it's doing. It's coming into support for sure. I got a bearish retracement back into the 8 on the Dow. So things look better. NASDAQ, I have a huge cross here. Lower highs. Broke the 8. When it breaks the 8 on the longer term chart, that's when I see momentum die, and it just drops off the map, comes back into a bearish retracement, and it looks like it broke slightly, and then it's bearish retracing one more time, watch rejection on that 8. Crude's coming back into support. The head fake is in, as I stipulated before. All it's doing is consolidating. We're going to get a pop across that 1300. Daily's holding support. It's gaining momentum. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We got the previous high break. It's going to do it. See how the 8 and the 13 are crossing over the 34. Momentum's gaining. Momentum's gaining. All I'm looking for is a previous high break on silver, and it's going to happen. It's not going to ask any permission. It's not going to ask any questions. It's just going to boom out of there. I had a spike low. Also on silver, watch for the right shoulder, because I have a left shoulder, head. Watch for the right shoulder. Could just absolutely shake everybody out one more time. Copper's in that high consolidation phase. That's accumulation, high level consolidation, accumulation, right there. So we'll see what happens with that. It's accumulating. GDX, just right there. It's got to break that pattern. GDX, the miners have support 8, 13, and 34. All right there. Good support. Just got to break. Good question. That right shoulder always swings down as far as possible. It could very well match the low. I don't see it doing that. I see it coming down into previous high, which is at 16 something. You see the previous low and the previous high. That's a good spot right there for the right shoulder to come in. but you also have support over here. You have 50%, you got the 50% rule. And the right shoulders are always iffy. It could just quite literally make a double bottom. Slingshot, it could come down into previous high-low area right here at 16. I'm thinking 16 is a better bet. That's where I would put my order in, but still, I have plenty of support. And it's a longer term pattern too. It's building. There's a bunch of lines of support everywhere. See the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. The right shoulder still has to come in on silver on that. That's a weekly chart. So I have a nice consolidation working above the 34 right now. So I don't want to ruin it. Quite literally, that could be the right shoulder. You never can tell. So make sure silver support holds. I got a line of support on the daily chart. Which again, above, below the 34. So if it drops below, you want to keep above the 8 for sure. Follow the 8 all the way up. If the 8 does not hold through time, it could very well just make a right shoulder real snappy. Real quick like. I don't know timing. Let's see what we got going on the shorter term. Looks like it already made a spike low today. See the 60-minute, I got a left shoulder. This looks like it tried to make a right shoulder here and popped. The previous high break did not work. So it looks like we're going to have an elaborate right shoulder on the 60-minute chart. Timing looks like it can, the right shoulder can come all the way back in. 1670, make sure that support holds. Because if the pattern breaks, it could just fall over. So looking at the 60-minute chart, looks like a right shoulder can just very well come in to the 16 range, 1670 range. Support has to hold. If this breaks down, then it's likely to come down. But I don't want to ruin it. I would just keep buying physical, no matter what, average in every week, every month, every minute. It's average, average, average through the years. The right shoulder doesn't have to come in, but I'm just saying watch for it. Looks like the 1725 break. As always on silver, we've got to get to that 1850. $18.50 is the big mark for silver. $12.60 on gold. Make sure $12.60 holds on gold. Where are we at? You can see that head fake. You got it, Bill. Thanks for coming by. Thanks, Maria. Yasmin, as always. I got to go to work. If you guys want to make this a full-time thing, that would be awesome. I would rather do this than go to work. So let's get in a groove. Let's make some money. If I'm making money, I can do this more. If you replace my income, which is not a lot, we can do this every day, all day. So I appreciate everyone. I got to get to work or get ready. I'm going to put some food in my belly. I got to do some laundry. I keep forgetting to do laundry because I'm trading 24/7. But I'll see you guys. Appreciate you guys coming in. Later.